We should consider investing more in chassis upgrades and swapping out engine components when they're on the last legs to reduce the chances of this cropping up in future races. It looks like we ran into some issues with our engine in the last race. It's worth investing more in the vehicle's chassis and minimising the use of worn components to help mitigate the risks of this reoccurring in the future. That engine issue was unfortunate. We should consider investing more in chassis upgrades and swapping out engine components when they're on the last legs to reduce the chances of this cropping up in future races.
Okay, mate, I'm pleased to say that our new parts have come through without any issue, so they'll be on the car, ready for the next race weekend.
It looks like we ran into some issues with our engine in the last race. It's worth investing more in the vehicle's chassis and minimising the use of worn components to help mitigate the risks of this reoccurring in the future.
Well, as the sun goes down, the speeds go up. It's almost time to get underway for this shootout for the fastest time and the best possible grid position for tomorrow's race. Let's get on with it. It's qualifying for the Bahrain Grand Prix.
Dropped to P11. Position, front of the pack, and we're in front of Alonso, Leclerc and Tsunoda. Fastest lap at the moment, 1 minute 27.5.
With qualifying wrapped up now, we have our grid lineup for the big race tomorrow. Be sure to join us then for what will no doubt be a fantastic race. Speculation all come to an end today as we return to racing for the opening event of what promises to be an enthralling season. Welcome along then to round one of this year's Formula One World Championship. There's no shortage of passing opportunities around the 3.36 miles of the Bahrain International Circuit, with the best, of course, at turn 1, and then another soon after into turn 4. 15 corners here, 6 to the left and 9 to the right, and we could see 1 or 2 flat spots into that tight left-hander of turn 10. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position, and blue completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Fernando Alonso, Russell, Leclerc, Norris, Verstappen, Gasly, Tsunoda, Stroll, Perez, Ocon, Albon, Magnussen, Sainz, Ricciardo, Sargent, Hülkenberg, Oscar Piastri, and Zhou Guanyu. And now it's time to head down to the track. And alongside me today is a man who needs no introduction, but I'll try anyway. It's Ant Davidson. Now, it's a new season, plenty of new opportunities, but I think I'm going to start with a question we may have asked last year as well. Can anyone stop Max Verstappen?
That's what they're hoping for, and that's what we're hoping for as well in some ways, because we don't want to see just one driver or one team running away with it this season like we had last year or even the years gone by in this sport. Can we get to see a two-way or even a 3- or 4-way fight throughout this race today? Fingers crossed we'll get that.
Here we go then, the formation lap is underway and the track temperature looks warm, and that may or may not play into some of the team's hands in today's race. So as all the cars reform the grid, the drivers will be hoping to get a strong start. They'll want to earn some valuable points from today's race, with final communications being done with their race engineers, ensuring the planned strategies are all in place.
Ahead and in the DRS zone. information on Leclerc. Okay, it looks like the problem's terminal. They're retiring the car. Mercedes drivers just completed a pass for the lead. Okay, safety car deployed, safety car's been deployed. Watch your delta, make sure you keep it positive as we catch the pack. Right, change our strategy for the rest of the Grand Prix if we want to. Okay, in just a moment, stand by. Overtake button more, it's time to utilise some of this energy, come on. Okay, mate, Hamilton's ahead of you. We don't want to let this hold us up too long, so do your best to get past and get on with the race.
it then for another spectacular Grand Prix here in Bahrain, and a real champion's drive to take the win.
Well, you're always unsure of the competition and what your opponents have been able to do in the off-season, Crofty, but they've come here today, they've delivered the performance that you dream about, and wow, did they make that car sing today. Really impressive stuff.
After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations tonight amongst the Mercedes team, and they certainly deserve it. Well, that was certainly an exciting weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for more exciting Formula One action very soon.